Wake up, wake up, wake up. How y'all doing, world? Motivational Wednesday. Every day is hump day because we don't have a particular place or a particular day that we grind. We grind every day. Real quick, getting straight into it. So I do a little life coaching. So if you need me, just hit me up, holler at me. So I'm sitting down with this guy and I asked him, was it okay to share this? And so immediately, he begins to compliment me on my accomplishments and what I'm doing, and it's such a positive vibe. It's real good. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. We're not here for me. We're here for you. So we get to him, and immediately I see the look on his face. His countenance fell when talking about himself and his life and his goals and his dreams. Like his displacement with his self was obvious. Like he had this negative outlook on his life and what was possible for him. And one of the things he kept saying that kept rubbing me the wrong way was, I'm just being real, man. I'm being realistic and being what's real for me. And man, listen, like what separates you from me? Like, or me from anybody else that's famous and anybody else that's doing good in life. Nothing separates them from you. They're human. The only thing that separates them is what they decided to do with their 24 hours. Because we all have dreams. What separates us is the action behind. The dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. So what separates us is the hustle, the everyday movement that we decide to do and how we go for our dreams. That's all that separates us. But the thing that rubbed me the wrong way was this whole idea of being realistic. Like, what is that? Having a sense of logic, man. It's not logical, man. Listen, being real, it disturbed me so bad that I wanted to cuss. Like, man, like, look, like, forget being realistic. What is that? So anything that we have in this world, man, anything that these men created, everything besides the earth that God created, right? It started with a dream first, but it started with going against everything that we knew to be. So you sitting in the house and you're tired of telegrams coming through, and he says, man, I wish I could talk to somebody I ain't even here. And I'm sure he told that to somebody. And they probably looked at him like, this dude crazy. He must be high or something, right? But now we got the concept of the telephone. And at that time, it was unrealistic. And you fast forward, then you got the internet. And then you fast forward past that, you got this big, huge internet taking up half the room, and you got a huge cell phone you could barely hold in one hand. And somebody says to themselves, man, I wonder if I could have this handheld device to where I can surf the web and talk on the phone when I need to. Unrealistic. They thought he was crazy, but it works. I'm recording on one right now. We call it the smartphone. You know, cargo ships, they take a long time to transport those things overseas. And we still use them to this day, but the packages that could be carried, the Wright brothers got together and they said, hey, man, I want to be able to ship people faster, and I want to be able to ship this cargo faster. Let's bend pieces of metal, put a couple hot engines on it, defy the laws of gravity, defy the laws of aerodynamics, and let's make a plane, and let's make something in this world where we can transport things faster. At the time, it was unrealistic because it had never been done. When things have never been done, they tend to be unrealistic for some. But what is that? If those people stop because other folk said, man, that's not logical, other folks said, man, that's not possible, other folks said that's not realistic, then we wouldn't have the things that we enjoy today. So I refuse to accept anyone else's version of reality. You should refuse to accept anyone else's version of reality. What's real for them may not be real for you. And everything should be real for you. You were created in the image of the Creator, which makes you creative and which makes you be able to procreate what it is that you want in this life. So drop that nonsense about what's realistic and being logical and what's real for you. Man, forget all that and go for what's yours. Quit being cowards. Stand for something. Stand for something. Quit being cowards when it comes to your dreams. Quit being cowards and running away and downing yourself and putting yourself down and speaking that stuff into the world, man. What's real for you is whatever you decide that you want to do in this life, man. It's been your boy Bird. I don't say it for the likes, man. I just say it because it's real. The dream is free, but that hustle, man, that hustle is sold separately. And only those who can see the invisible, man, see the invisible. See the invisible. We believe in a God. I don't care what religion you are, right? You know, regardless of my religious beliefs, right? We all tend to serve one God, right? But we serve a God that we can't see. We are led to believe that this world was created by a supernatural being supernaturally. That we can't see that. To some, the stories, the allegorical stories, the parables, to some that may be unrealistic, right? But we're here. Like, we're here. We're alive in form, and we're able to do the things we do throughout this day, and we still believe. It's all about your belief system. It's all about your faith. Change your belief system, man. Change your faith. And anything is possible for him who believes, right? So only those who can see the invisible can do the impossible. And just because it's not logical to you or real for you at the time doesn't mean that it can't be. All right. Only those who can see the invisible can do the impossible. And do me one favor before we get out of here real quick, man. Don't y'all forget to be great. Don't forget to be great, because anything is possible for you and anything is real for you. Y'all be easy.